Oh my goodness, I have a Mindset Monday for you today, and I promise you this, it is going to push you to your limits. And because it's going to push you to your limits, I'm going to do it with you just to show that we do these things as well. It's not just me asking you to do it without me doing it. Now, I saw a friend do this on Facebook and it looks very tricky. So we're just going to give it our best shot and then we're going to talk about why we're doing it as we're doing it. But it is the 100 press up challenge. Now that sounds overwhelming, that sounds like a lot, but there are some rules. The rules are this: you do 10 press-ups per minute. You can do them however you want them. You could do 2 press-ups every 10 seconds and try and get them done that way, or you can just try and get the 10 done in a row as quickly as possible and rest for the rest of the minute. And you see how far you can get towards the 100, towards the ends of the 10 minutes. If you can't make it, then you just mark where you got to. How many did you do before? Let's say I got to in the 70s, but I couldn't get all 10 done in the minute, so I got 74 done. And then after that, the next minute, I just see how many more I can do each minute and how many you can do overall. But the start point is 10 per minute for 10 minutes. Now, it sounds a lot. It's really, well, no, it is a lot, let's be honest. But what do I always tell you in PE lessons? That struggle and that challenge are absolutely necessary for both growth up here and physical growth. And we're going to do it together. And I want you to realize that your mindset is the strongest thing about you if you train it in the right way. Then you can train anything. Okay, let's give it a go. Yeah, really looking forward to this one, but I'm going to do it with you. Let's do it together, okay? All right, as soon as I press the timer on the computer there, I've set it up for 10 minutes. I'm going to shout go. We all go together. You do it at your own pace and you do it in a way that suits you and see how many you can do. All right? Okay, are you ready? Whew. All right, let's go. First set of 10. Alright, that's my 10 done. Okay, so why are we doing this? Well, there's lots of psychological theories. There's the central governor theory, the psychobiological model, about how you train and how you become a stronger, better, fitter person. And what they all kind of agree on is that the biggest limiter we all have in our daily workouts is this. Our mind stops us way before our body could. So our body could easily push on, but our mind is perceiving a bit of pain and is saying, you gotta stop there. So what we're trying to do with this is train ourselves to push a little bit past our mind stopping us. It's just about to be into the second minute, okay? Okay. All right, that's 20 done. So the body works in a funny way. The body works in that you have to make it struggle. You have to make the body feel uncomfortable. We've said this in PE lessons. And then eventually what happens with the body is the mind goes, oh, I really don't like that feeling. Like this is feeling uncomfortable right now. I know what I'll do. I'll release some hormones. I'll do some things that's going to make these muscles grow more efficient or bigger. And then the next time we come back to do it, it won't feel so bad. That's how the body grows, it's how the body improves. However, you need to push it beyond, a little bit beyond its limits each time for that to happen. Okay, into the next set. This is the third lot. Let's go. Ah. 30 done. Now, we talk all the time, we've done videos about this, haven't we, about the grit pit and about struggle. Half of our PE curriculum so far when you've been in school is about struggle and challenge and how it's absolutely necessary to grow. So why do you think we're doing this? I'm not doing this just to be mean. Well, I'm a little bit, but I'm being mean to myself because I know it's the best way for me to be a better person the next day. I know that my body will try and make me more efficient, will try and make me a bit stronger, but actually more importantly than that, I'm training up here. Every day I'm training myself to learn to challenge myself and push. Okay, I have a sense this is getting a little bit harder now. Fourth lot. Okay. So part of this whole process is all of these videos that I'm giving you, they're building up a bank of mindset tools. If you watched some of the videos last week, and if you did them, if you went for the run, you would have learnt some motivation hacks. On Technique Tuesday, we learnt to be resourceful using a towel in a door frame. What did we do on Mindset Monday? We did a runner's core or an athlete's core workout. These are all, the things that I'm giving you are all things that build your body, but actually we're working on our mind just as much. So this is very much going into the physical grit pit for all of us, because it's going to be painful down there. Okay, next set. That is getting harder. That's 50 I think we're at, aren't we? Oh yeah, that's getting harder. So let's talk about adversity and why we're doing this. There's been lots of studies about who make the most resilient types of people, the ones that can feel the fear and do it anyway and don't give up. And what the studies found was people who had never faced adversity in their lives, people who had it easy all the way, played high level sport, never really lost anything, they weren't the ones that were resilient, and neither the ones that have a really, really hard life. It's the people in the middle that have had a bit of struggle, but it's been okay, but actually they've pushed themselves to struggle. Oh man, here we go again. This is into the 60s, I think, isn't it? Is that 60? Oh, hold up. Oh, yeah. So we have to find ways of creating struggle for ourselves, is I guess the point I'm trying to make. Life might not throw it at you. Let's be fair. If you're watching this, chances are you're from my school and you're in a private school where people teach you and your education is paid for. And that doesn't mean that you don't struggle, absolutely not, but it might mean that you have a better life or an easier life than some. We don't know, so we've got to find ways of creating our own struggle, of pushing ourselves, of challenging ourselves, and it's things like this that do the job. Oh, really not liking this anymore. Okay, let's go. What's that, 70? I've lost count a bit. I think that might be 70. Now, after you do this, the chances are for the next few days, you're going to feel a lot of stiffness, soreness, pain in and around your arms and here. And I need to tell you that that's okay. It's something called DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. It's just the body's way of repairing. Obviously, you're doing a little bit of damage because you're challenging yourself and pushing yourself doing press-ups, and that's alright. Damage is fine, by the way, in small amounts. Your body then repairs the muscles and builds them back stronger. So over the next few days there will be some soreness, there will be some pain, but you have to embrace it. I'll tell you what Mrs. Bridges calls it in a minute. Next lot. I think that's 80. Mrs. Bridges calls that feeling of, yes, working hard, yes, being in pain. She calls it being exhilarated instead of exhilarated, because you do feel a bit wasted, but it's for a good reason, you know? You're working out, you're trying to self-improve, and you get that feeling of being exhilarated, which is quite a nice way of summing it up, I think. And pain actually is how you interpret it. You could look at this and go, that's so painful, I'm really uncomfortable, I'm not doing it. Or you could look at it as, I'm really uncomfortable, I know that I'm going to improve from this, I bring it on. And I know that's how most of you feel. Oh, I'm certainly feeling it. I think this is in the 80s. Oh, nearly done. One more set. I really genuinely didn't think that I would get this far, I'll be honest. But we've made it so far, and I don't know where you've got to, and hopefully you're trying on each 10 anyway. You're just trying to do a certain amount in a minute. We're just keeping it ticking over, see how many of the 100 that you can actually do, and mark where you stopped on your way to the 100. Okay, my shoulders are certainly feeling it. I actually think this is the last set. I'm on 90. Hopefully some of you are with me. It doesn't matter where you are, by the way. I just wanted you to see me push myself and you push myself. We're all at different levels, and that's absolutely fine. And hopefully parents are doing this too, setting a good example, right? Okay, let's go. Last one. And that for me is it. Yeah, okay, that's gonna sting in the morning. But we made the 100 press up challenge. Let me know how many you've done in Seesaw. Take this next 30 seconds as a rest because you still got it. Feel like the feeling of it being exhilarated. You have started your day right. You're going to be sore for the next couple of days. That's all right as well. Lots of athletes get that after all sorts of things that they do. I once heard that Mo Farah ran so hard on the track that by the end of his session his legs wouldn't work and they had to like carry him off, or he crawled off because he pushed his legs way above the limit of that day. And that's 10 minutes. Well done. A hard workout. Feed back to me on Seesaw where you got to. How many of those did you do? How many press-ups did you make before you couldn't get the 10 done per minute? And the reason that we're training our mindset as much as we are training our bodies is because long term, it's going to be this that gets you through stuff. And this is totally transferable to outside of working out, totally transferable to outside of sport. Like we said with the Grit Pit, you could be in a maths lesson, you could be in an English lesson, and you choose to take on a challenge or you choose not to, and then that's your choice. And if you choose to take on the challenge, you're going to grow, you're going to learn things, and you're going to push yourself, and eventually your brain's going to start making all those brilliant neuro connections, make all the connections faster, and you're going to get things quicker. So it's really, like, it's up to you. You could have sat here and watched this whole video and not done a single press up. And that's all right. You know, maybe it's going to take you some time to do stuff like this. Maybe you just need to watch it a little bit to learn about mindset. Maybe you just did it. Maybe you just got on with it just now and you're really pushing yourself and you're learning to grow and challenge yourself. Either way, we're all trying to learn together and we're all trying to be better than we were the day before, right? Cool. I'm going to go. Probably cry for a bit and have some lunch. See you for Technique Tuesday. Remember, no pain, no gain is a really old saying, but it rings true. And if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. All of those things, that's what we're looking at in PE. All right, well done. Let me know how you got on Seesaw, and I'll see you tomorrow for Technique Tuesday.